This is Dabu7, and this really is a game changer. And we see headlines coming out that the U.S. is threatening to cut China off from the dollar if it does not uphold its sanctions against North Korea. Also stories, North Korea is hacking South Korean Bitcoin exchanges. All of this is tying in full circle here on the world stage. I'm warning you. There's a game-changing moment happening right now. We have China preparing to launch a crude oil futures contract denominated in the Chinese currency and convertible into gold, potentially creating the most important Asian oil benchmark and allowing oil exports to bypass the U.S. dollar, and that will be crushing. It will be a game-changing move. It's one that Russia and China are fully in bed together with. They have been for some time. Your U.S. dollar isn't backed by gold. They could come up with a cryptocurrency and back it by silver at this point, and it would be worth more than your dollar. Now, the problem with this is the stage has been set for a long time for this to happen. Most people in the West don't want to hear this news, but when you hear of the transfer of wealth to the East, it will be when the West collapses. I believe the world stage is preparing for this. I believe all the boss hogs and puppet masters know this. This has been part of the plan for decades. Just like 9/11 was, just like you can fold up your money and see two towers smoking, this next event has been planned for a long time. And I honestly feel it's a lights out situation in this country that cripples it. They can say it's EMP or cyber, a mix or whatever. They're going to say it was North Korea and maybe even backed by Russia and China to engage this whole world war. But there's very little that we're going to be able to do after the lights go out here. And I know some could say, oh, we have the weaponry, we have this and that. You have to stop there. If you're trying to understand what I'm trying to get through to you, you're going to have to take off the blinders. You're going to have to set aside all the crap you've been brainwashed with, all the crap the shills on other YouTube channels have damaged you with, all the lies, and you're going to have to see this world stage for what it is. You're going to have to detach yourself from the brainwashing of them trying to warm you up to liking communist Vladimir Putin, the manly man, okay? And that he was better than Barack Obama or better than Trump or any of this other stuff. Xi Jinping, Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, Pope Francis, Tony Blair, the Queen, all of them are involved on this world stage agenda. And when you really sit down and you figure out that World War I and World War II were plotted and planned by these individuals globally to a T, they funded both sides, you'll see that the stage is set now for this to happen again. And when your little radios are telling you it was North Korea and Trump's coming on there with an emergency statement, it's a lie. When they told you a man in a cave brought down two towers in NYC, the same ones that were pumping all this information, controlling the mainstream media and control the establishment control here in this country through the Bush cartel, there are your individuals. And they got away with it. There's a reason George H.W. Bush said if the American people knew what we were doing, they would hang us in the streets. None of you seem to care. Everybody seems to be complacent. No one wants to get up off their ass and do nothing. So your complacency, America, is going to cost you in the end. Because you're so sucked into your iPhones and everything else when the lights go out, and all you hear are rumors is that it was North Korea. Most of you will buy it, not realizing it will be the same puppet masters that brought down them towers that were laced with explosives that will be behind the lights going out in this country. When it happens, there will be a massive shift here of power to China for a short period of time. But this isn't all good for China or anyone else. Because what this will do is it's going to usher in, eventually, I believe, the North American bloc. The only way to get that is to have America fall, the U.S. dollar fall. The Chinese currency will not survive forever neither. It will inflate hugely when the dollar falls, as countries jump ship to join the new reserve currency and this new power globally, as the lights go out in America and everything falls. But how could this happen? It's because they set the stage for this to happen. The money masters are allowing this to happen. And you have to see that Xi Jinping, Putin, and all these world leaders are in on this, and they've sold you out. If you want to go falling back asleep, thinking, oh, this next time I'm voting for Oprah, or I'm voting for The Rock, or I'm voting for whoever. You've already lost. You've already lost. Until you have a horse in the race, you're never going to win. And chances are they're going to try to assassinate those people, kill them, and take them out. And that's the realities of it, folks. This is a fully dominated world stage here by these individuals. They fake being all the religions to control their people, and together they sit as kings, the small percentage, atop all the people. And it's the only thing stopping all of you from coming together, from all colors, from all religions, and stomping them out. Do you see? Divide and conquer, the same old tactic. And it is looking more and more like they're preparing this whole thing for a U.S. dollar collapse, which it can happen at any time. I've already shown you how DB Bank and others have been drugged into court and busted just this past year for manipulating all the precious metals. Hold on. You tell me China and Russia and all these other countries, nobody cared when that news broke? Are you kidding me? No, but that'd be terms of war. You telling me you've been ripping us off on gold and silver this whole time? They didn't say a word. Why is that? Take off the blinders. Let the veil disappear. See this world stage for what it is before it's too late. They're all Gestapo until you people rise to smash them. This is why we say Illuminati. I'll continue to talk about this more in the next live stream in great detail. Make sure to sub Dabu777. I'll leave a link below. And this is Illuminati.